A very good morning to you all. I am Dr. N. Rajastri, Assistant Professor of Economics, Pingil Government College for Women, Vadapalli, Warangal. Today you are going to learn about the concept of poverty, then types of poverty, and causes of poverty. Okay, what is poverty? Poverty is poorness. Okay, and it is defined as a social phenomena in which a section of the society is unable to fulfill its basic necessities of life. Okay, because people, they are in poverty. Why they are in poverty? Because they are not in a position to get the basic things. What a person needs, basic things, that is food, clothing and shelter. So these three are very important to live on this earth. Okay, so try to remember, the concept of poverty is defined as a social phenomenon in which a section of the society is not in a position to fulfill even its basic necessities of life, is called as poverty. Okay, then here, even you can say that many economists, they have given their definitions. Dandeker and Rathi stated that based on the calories, he stated 2,400 calories and 2,100 calories in urban areas and also in rural areas. So he defined according to the calories. Okay, if a person is not in a position to take those many calories of food, then he is under poverty. So the next is types of poverty. What are these types of poverty? Here two types of poverty we have: absolute poverty and also relative poverty. What is absolute poverty? A person whose income or the consumption expenditure is very less, that he lives below the subsistence level. So when he is living below the subsistence level, we call it as absolute poverty. Minimum the consumption expenditure, the income levels, a person is having very less to have the level of below the subsistence level. Okay, in this absolute poverty. Then next is relative poverty. What is this relative poverty? The people with lower income levels are relatively poor, okay, compared with high incomes. Even though they may be living above the minimum level of subsistence, we call here comparative is there in relative poverty. Okay, about the uh, the higher income levels. So according to this relative standard, income distribution of the population in different groups is estimated, and a comparison of the levels of living of the top 5 to 10% with the bottom 5 to 10% of the population is called as relative poverty. Okay, and we can say that it is the absolute poverty with which we are concerned. When we talk of the problem of poverty in India, advanced countries such as UK and USA have succeeded in removing absolute poverty for the people, but relative poverty is prevailing even in the countries because of uneven distribution of income. The income levels are not equal. Okay, then there is a relative poverty. So try to remember the absolute, a person whose income or the consumption level is very less to live below the subsistence level. Then relative poverty, the people with lower income are relatively poor compared with higher income, even though they may be living above the minimum level of subsistence. And the next, what are the causes? Why the people are under poverty? Why? The first one, we are saying that the concentration of economic power. So this concentration of economic power shows that higher the level of income, higher will be the level of this thing. So here there is an inequalities in the income and the wealth. Okay, inequalities. Why? The rich are becoming richer and the poor are becoming poorer only. Okay, so here this is one cause for poverty. So here the rich people are becoming very rich, and they are not at all concerned with the poorer persons. Okay, so because only a section of people are concentrated, only to one sector they have they are concentrating, so they are least bothered for the poor person. So if that is the case, this concentration of economic power is a cause for poverty. Then the next one is what? Under exploitation of natural resources. What is this under exploitation of natural resources? In our economy we have abundant of resources. Okay, availability of resources are there, but what is not there? Proper utilization of resources is not there. When we are not utilizing the resources, because the production will not increase. Okay, so to improve the standard of living of the people in the country, it is essential that we should achieve higher rate of growth in our national income. So to increase a higher rate of growth in national income, what must be there? The production of goods and services must be there. So when we are producing the goods and services, automatically our national income also increases. Okay, so to increase the national income, natural resources in the country must be fully and also the profitably, they must be exploited. Then only our we can achieve economic growth. Okay, that is under exploitation. That is nothing but having the resources when you are not utilizing now, then that is also a cause for poverty. Because if when we utilize the resources, they'll get an opportunity to work. Because you see the casual workers. Okay, so like the cable connections or some other work we can take. So if the persons are getting an opportunity, if work is allotted for them, if they are doing that work, they'll get an opportunity. Okay, so when we are using that, automatically they'll get a chance. So try to remember, under exploitation of resources, natural resources is also one cause for poverty. Then next we are saying heavy population pressure. That is the main cause. You know about the population pressure. The main problem in India is what? High level of birth rate coupled with falling level of death rate. So day by day the population is increasing. So for the increasing population, they are not getting the opportunity to work. Okay, that is also one cause we can say. Then unemployment. So in India, labor is an abundant factor, and also it is very difficult to provide the gainful employment to the entire working population, because ours is an labor intensive technique, because more number of labors will be there and less capital will be there. So when the more number of labors are there, what is like a proper utilization? We are using the manpower. Okay, we are using the manpower, but capital utilization is not there. Okay, so that is also we can say that unemployment in our economy. These two problems are cursing in our economy. What are the two problems cursing in our Indian economy? Poverty and unemployment. And the next we can see the poor education. You know about the education. Education only, it plays a very important role in our life. Okay, so when the education is not there, because of low educational attainments, it leads to what? Poverty only. See the educated person, okay, IAS officers or the group 1 or the group 2, they have achieved their goals. Okay, they are in that status. That is what has making them to live in that manner, only because of education only. They are in that position. Okay, that is poor education is also another cause for our poverty. Then the next we can see the low consumption of essentials. So here the consumer goods shortage is also responsible. When there is shortage also, it's a responsible for our low level of standard of living. That is, you can see the what is that? Essential commodities. The consumer shortage is there. When there is shortage now, automatically the standard of living also it affects. So here there is a wide disparity in the consumption levels of the top rich and the bottom poor. The top rich people, they have the capacity to purchase whatever they want. And what about the poor section people? They are not in a position to consume the commodities. So try to remember the low level of consumption of essentials is also because they are not in a position. If they have the money, they can purchase. You see the persons, they cannot purchase an apple. Okay, they are not in a position, a poor person, a low standard person. So what about the rich? They'll have that everything. Okay, the life expectancy also increases for the people, those who have the richness and also the income. And the next one is inflation. So what is inflation? When the price rises continuously is called as inflation. Okay, so when the price rises, the purchasing power of the money falls, and it leads to impoverishment of the lower and the middle and the poorer sections of the society. Okay, it affects when the price rises also, they are not in a position to purchase the with the rise in prices, they are not in a position to purchase the commodities, because there is no problem for the government employees, they'll get the DA and everything. But what about the people, those who are under low cadre? Okay, they'll not get any benefits, so they have to purchase the commodities, necessary commodities, though the price increases they have to purchase. Got it? And you can take that as a cause for poverty. And the next one, we are telling about the low technology. What is this low technology? This is also responsible for poverty in our economy. What is this low technology? Having low technical know-how, the knowledge, that is also one cause for the poverty. Okay, then here you can see the manufacturing or the agriculture production techniques are below the developed countries. Why? Because even the making the skills and the capacity to organize the production units and the financial markets are also at low level. So as a result of low technology, only the people are not in a position to increase the production. If they are using same bullock carts, because they don't have the purchasing capacity to buy the machines and other things, they are not using the techniques, the technology, because they don't have the money. So that is, if then they are using the old, when they follow the old methods, what happens? The production will not increase. Okay, so that is also because the production decreases, and they have to spend more time for increasing the production. Got it? So this is also one cause for poverty. And the next one, the capital deficiency is there. Capital deficiency, because in Indian economy we don't have much capital. Okay, so the development of the economy depends upon only the capital formation. In India, most of the people are illiterates and also they are unskilled. So if they are illiterates, they don't know what to do and how to do, they don't have the skills. Is there any chance to increase their production if they are illiterate? They don't know what to do. And suppose take the example of computer. If they have the knowledge of if they have the knowledge of computer only, they can know, they can do the jobs. First education, then knowing the education, and also you must have the skills also. Accordingly, they will develop. If they are assigned a job in computer, they have to do. If they have the knowledge, if they have the skills, they'll increase, they can develop the knowledge, and also they can increase the production. So for this purpose, you can remember that the development of the economy mainly depends upon the capital formation. What is this capital formation? Capital formation is nothing but a net stock increase in the stock of capital. Okay, suppose you have deposited 1 lakh in a bank, or if you are using the machines, so you have invested some 1 lakh on that, so on machinery. Okay, so when you are invested 1 lakh on that machinery, so after 1 year you'll get some extra amount. That is nothing but the capital formation. So when you deposit 1 lakh in the bank, what happens? They'll give with interest 1 lakh 10,000 or 1 lakh 12,000, whatever it may be. That is nothing but the capital formation. A net increase in the stock of capital is called as capital formation. Then the next, failure of the 5-year plans. That is also one cause, because the main thing is what is this planning? Planning plays a very important role. What to do and how to do, and what is a goal and what is a target, and everything achievements are mentioned in the plans. Okay, so here the basic objective of the planning is the provision of national minimum level of living. So if you see in the after this third 5-year plan, the slogan Garibi Hatao, remove the poverty slogan was given by Mrs. Indira Gandhi. Why? Because she used to give importance to remove the poverty in the plans only she allocated. That is the target. We have to remove the poverty. Okay. So here, when there is a failure or the whatever the in the plans they have planned, if there is a failure, automatically we cannot reduce the poverty. Got it? So according to the schemes and everything, the government will plan and what to do and how to do and everything. The government plans accordingly only. They'll uh, allocate the things, what type of things they have to for the people. They have to do that. So you can remember that the poverty for the poverty failure of 5-year plans is also very important. That is, it is a cause. So I think you got the idea about the causes of poverty. That is concentration of economic power, then under exploitation of natural resources, heavy population pressure, unemployment, poor education, low consumption of essentials, inflation, low technology, capital deficiency, then failure of 5-year plans. So these are the causes for poverty in our Indian economy. Okay, thank you.